Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about something very basic but very essential, and that is how to cover up under eye circles. Before I go into the full tutorial, I'll just give you an overview of what I would be doing in this tutorial. First, I would be applying an eye cream, followed by a corrector, concealer, and the last step would be powder. Before I apply any makeup product to my under eye, I'm going to apply an eye cream. I'm using the L'Oreal Paris Youth Code eye cream here. An eye cream will not only hydrate the area, but it will also help in blending the concealer, especially if you're using a stick concealer or a thick cream concealer, which can tend to flake or get a little dry in the under eye area. That's why I always recommend using an under eye cream before you apply any makeup product in your under eye area. Next, I'm going to apply a corrector, and I'm using this one by Clinique. This is the Even Better Concealer in the shade Orange Brightener, and it is basically an orange tinted concealer. Peach and orange tinted concealers basically cancel out the dark purplish and bluish shadows that we tend to get under the eyes. If you're someone who has only a little bit of pigmentation, you can probably skip this step and just go in with a bit of concealing. But if you're someone who has bluish, purplish or greenish tinge under the eyes, you definitely need to use a corrector to get the proper concealing. As you can see, I used a cotton bud here to scoop out some of the product from the jar, and then I'm using my third finger with very gentle pressure to pat and blend the product in properly. Even though the product looks quite orange in the pan, you can see once it has been blended out properly, you can barely see that it's orange. It's just corrected all the darkness around my eyes. Now that we've done the color correction, the next step is applying concealer, and I'm using the Clinique one again. This is the Even Better Concealer, and the shade I use is called Honey. Once again, I'm going to use a cotton bud to scoop out some of the product from the jar. I'm going to dab it in my under eye area, and then once again I'm going to use my third finger to blend the product. You'll notice that I've taken my concealer quite far outward, much beyond the outer edge of my eye, and I'm taking it quite all the way in as well. That's because most of the darkness in the under eye area is concentrated either in the innermost corner or in the outermost corner. So make sure you apply the product in these two areas quite generously. And once again, I'm using short and very gentle patting motions to blend the product. You never want to drag your finger across because the area around the eye is really delicate, and also the blending doesn't come out as neat if you use really long dragging strokes. Just pat the product in, and always use your third finger because that's the finger that applies the least pressure when you're working with the delicate area like the eye. Always take your time whenever you're blending your base makeup because you want to get a really neat, even and soft finish. You don't want any harsh edges, any unblended patchiness. So spend a lot of time when you're blending to get a nice, even, uniform finish. And that finishes the concealer application. You can already see the difference between my two eyes. The left one, which has no product, looks a little dull, a little tired, whereas the right one with the corrector and concealer looks much brighter. To set everything, I'm going to use a powder. A powder is essential when you're applying concealer, otherwise your concealer will crease and cake up. It will just settle in the fine lines around the eyes, and to prevent that, always set your concealer with a powder. And to finish off this look, I'm just going to quickly brush through my brows, fill in them a little bit, just filling up the gaps that are there in between. I have fairly dense brows, so I don't need to work a lot on my brows. And then I'm just going to curl my eyelashes and apply a little bit of mascara. And you'll notice how much of a difference these three steps make. Concealing your under eyes, defining your brows, and just curling and defining your lashes. If you're going for a natural look, I think this quick routine is perfect. You can see the difference between my two eyes. My left one, that is your right, has no makeup and it looks slightly droopy, it looks tired, and the right one, which is has the makeup, looks more defined, it looks more bright, it looks more awake, and you'll see how it looks a little more lifted and less droopy than my other eye. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and found it useful. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel to stay updated. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you soon in my next video.